Hello, everyone, and welcome to Club 38, where the lights never dim, the bass never stops, and every night feels like the best night of your life. As always, I am Alli3Gal, and I am joined by K8 Gaming.
Hello.
And for those of you who are new, you can find our replays on my YouTube channel at Alli3Gal, the E being a 3, so ALLI3GAL. You can catch the playback of every episode there, so you could see the actual stream, or we are also on Spotify, which we are actually just over 300 views, so a huge milestone there. Or listens, not views. We are on Apple Podcasts, and just recently, as of yesterday, Amazon Music.
Got a variety there. And then also welcome to our guest this week, Rabid Beaver. How are you?
Doing great. Happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me on.
Thank you for joining the chaos as you're already seeing before we even started streaming or streaming recording. So,
All right, so first, Rabid Beaver, do you want to introduce yourself and make sure you give your links? And remember, we do have listeners, so just kind of spell out how to get to your channel too.
and if you want to
Yeah,
post it
yeah.
in chat, Allie will pin it.
Okay, sounds good. Let me get those for chat real quick. I am Rabid Beaver, longtime Star Wars nerd. I was inducted into Star Wars before I could talk, as in I was humming Darth Vader's theme before I could talk. And so I've never really had a time where I haven't known everything about Star Wars. Always loved Star Wars. It's been a big thing for me since I was a kid. I decided to start doing content in high school as a little dream of mine back when I used to watch Markiplier with my best friend. And we're like, oh, when we get to college, we're gonna make a channel. It's gonna be so much fun. I did it on a whim, and I posted on and off on the channel. And then Galaxy of Heroes, I'd played it for a couple years, and I posted a guide for something I found that saved my life. I was like, oh my gosh, this makes my life so much easier. And so I dropped a guide for the Ray event, and it exploded, got tons of views, and I was like, sure, let's go for it. I love Star Wars. I'm so down. And it's just been constant working at it ever since. So I stream on Twitch, I stream on YouTube, and then I post guides for Galaxy of Heroes. So you can find me, honestly, if you just look up Rabid Beaver, SWGOH, on YouTube, you're going to be able to find me pretty easily. And then if you want to check out AAA titles that I'm playing and that type of thing, I play on the Damn Gaming channel, which should be pretty easy to find as well.
So you've been like doing content since way before COVID.
On and off, yes. It's been about since 2018. I've done on and off. I had like a video pop off here or there, but it wasn't like content that I could just be like I made one video that was a conglomeration of a lot of quotes and things to a song I really liked, and I was like, this was just kind of how I was feeling, and I wanted to like put that into video form. I don't know how to recreate the success of that video at all. And so like a lot of it was just like little fun passion projects, side things for fun. Occasionally streaming a Star Wars video game I'm playing or something, and then it wasn't until Galaxy of Heroes that I really started like pushing, researching content creation and that kind of thing. So, like true content creation where I'm like learning, growing, trying about a year and a half. So,
And of course, you also do roster reviews, and there's nothing wrong with a little peepee.
yes, passion projects are important. There's nothing wrong with a little PP.
What's like the most interesting one that you ever got?
Oh, first couple of months of doing roster reviews, I had a guy come up to me and say, I only want to farm uh, Imperial officers, Imperial troopers,
So
and clone
random.
troopers. And I was like, okay. So like I gave him a set of teams that he could build out of those and like what to look for to guild and stuff. It
Oh
was
my
just
god.
such a weird roster. And he was a brand new player. I was like, okay, so first of all, here's what you should do. But if you are dead set on this whole idea, this is what I would suggest. And kind of like went through and gave him a farming path. And so that's probably the weirdest one. Or way back when people would come to me and go, Lord Vader's gonna be my first GL. Those are always wonky.
I'm like curious, like whatever happened to the guy that just wanted all the troopers?
Yeah, I don't know. There used to be a guild out there. I thought it was hilarious. They used to post in all the servers trying to get people of we only farm Imperial troopers,
That
and
was
like that
really
was
an
their whole
ad.
shtick.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
He was probably the guild leader.
He probably was.
right.
Or an officer or something. That's crazy. I've never heard of that.
But I don't
Could
know
you
where he is
imagine
now.
Rote? Just any
Yeah.
TV?
That would
Oh
be pretty
gosh.
hard to get done if you're only farming troopers. Gotta
I
really
don't even
work
think
on
I
those
can use
CMs.
troopers in like
No.
rote at all.
No, you can't. I mean,
No.
I'm sure you could, but I can't guarantee that would go well.
I'm trying to think. Is there any territory battle that you could even do? Like, even old Hoth battles, you needed other tunes.
Hoth, I think you'd probably be able to get away with.
Yeah, I mean, I used them in Dark Side Geo quite a bit in like the earlier rounds for like my new free play accounts and stuff like that. And my account when it was like really early, I could use it because you could even when you didn't have full 7 stars, you could throw in like Darth Vader and he would still feed turn meter into the team and stuff. And so as a low account, I've used it in Dark Side Geo a couple times. But it's like the first 2 tiers, and then after that, you just get obliterated. So,
Okay, plus, I don't think you could fill your ops with just that alone.
oh no, you're not getting any like good score at all.
So, how many accounts do you have then? You said
Well, right now, I'm only rocking 2, just because I've kind of run out of time to do multiple. I used to do 3 accounts. One that was a free to play. I want to be as efficient as possible. One that's this is the one that I continue to do, which is my members choose where it goes. So it started out as
jeez.
an Afro farm,
Oh my god.
which obviously fantastic, I know. And then of course my main account, which have been playing for about 4 years now, I think.
So, the free to play one, I'm assuming that was from like starting from 0.
Yeah, it was just start out and basically keep going and do. I was
So,
looking at a Leia
curiosity.
farm to start.
You were doing I was about to ask like what was your first GL? So Leia.
Yeah, I was pushing towards Leia because it's a little bit easier than going for Jabba first. Gets
Yeah.
you some good assault battles and
Mhm.
gives you the time to build up for Executor. So.
Yeah. Nice. I thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
like I'm only rocking like 4 now, but I used to have like 7.
I don't have that kind of time in my life. I wish. Although I
Like
am
doing-
looking at maybe starting a new account when the new
Doing
update
Conquest
comes.
on
It's gonna
all
be a
of
trooper
them.
one.
Yeah, I have a Imperial Trooper account. No, so they mentioned that we have this update that just happened, and they mentioned they added a couple quests for new players to make it a little faster to get to level 85. And I did a stream not too long ago where I tried to speed run level 1 to 85 to see how fast you could do it. And like within about 2 days of gameplay, I got to close to 85. And so like I'm curious if once this new foundational update and this huge thing that they're planning at the end of the year, if they're going to add more free-to-play stuff, I'm going to try and do another speed run and see if I can do it in maybe 24 hours and see what happens. So I'm kind of curious for it. So
Can you
I'll
do a
probably-
GL Hondo rush?
Oh god.
oh gosh,
No, there's no way. That
I
would
mean,
take so long. Not
there's-
accelerated farm.
Zero.
No accelerated farms. All those
Yeah, but
relics. The relic
it's
9s
not-
would be the bad part.
yeah, but I'm trying to remember. No, not so far. We don't have any like conquest characters or anything. Like doing a day 1 to GL Ahsoka Tano, I would rather just stop playing the game entirely. But like so far, Hondo sounds like I could do it. I wouldn't enjoy myself going for Hondo first, but I could do it.
You know you say that, and then the next set is gonna have a conquest
Yeah.
character.
But what conquest character could be required for him? Would it be like
Smee?
Boba Scion of Django?
Smee.
Because I'd
Smee.
hate that.
It's me.
SM33. They'd already said that SM33 wasn't going to be required. I thought.
Didn't they
It
also
was in,
say
like, his
something
kit
else
reveal.
though? Like,
Did they say a lot that they?
didn't they say that Smee
That's
was not
true.
gonna be a lifter?
Yeah, that's true. They do say a lot of stuff where they're like, yes, this, and then they're just like, okay, we changed it. We've altered the bargain. Pray I do not alter it further.
So something about your streams that I really enjoy watching that I think a lot of viewers would actually find fun too is you do a lot of challenges with people. I know Arnold has to, well, R9 Rostico because he
Yo.
lost a challenge with you. There was a
Oh no.
certain stream that I took part in early on in my YouTube career. Do you want to kind of explain that to the people?
Yes. So I always loved consuming that type of content where it's, it's always silly challenges, oh, you answer questions. If you don't answer fast enough, you get shocked, whatever that might be, that type of challenge stuff. And so I started doing hot sauce streams where every time I drop a battle, I take a hit of hot sauce. And so Allie joined me for one of those. And every time someone donates, we also take a hit of hot sauce.
So Allie was doing the
And
hot sauce too.
I was.
yeah,
Oh,
it was great.
oh god.
It was painful.
Yo,
It wasn't like
the next
ghost
day is
pepper though,
always
was
worse
it?
too. It's not quite ghost pepper, but the bomb beyond insanity wipes me out. Like I can only eat it
Oh
maybe
god.
twice on stream before
I
I'm literally crying, and I'm like, guys, I can't anymore. I can't do more.
I
Oh
think we did it
no.
twice and then we had a third time and I was like, I tap, I'm done.
Oh
Like,
jeez.
it's unfortunate because you can't do that with everyone, though. Like, I tried to do something like that with Egnards, but unfortunately, Egnards like spicy stuff and goes and
So he's
eats
probably
ghost
like
peppers just for
all
fun.
good.
Yeah, so for him, I ate green olives filled with blue cheese every time I
Ooh.
dropped a battle, and he ate spoonfuls of sour cream. That was great, too.
Ooh.
Which he does not enjoy.
Anyone that enjoys spoonfuls of sour cream, I'm worried for your sanity.
Oh my god.
And then, can I pet that dog?
Yes. Yes, we thanks to Allie actually, we started using that notification more. I have a poopers named Mara. She is a cute poopers. Well, come on,
Is it
see if I
after
can get her
Mara
up here.
Jade?
Yep, of course.
Oh.
Yeah, it's after Mara Jade. She is
Oh.
a German short hair, and she just loves to cuddle. And so
Aw.
she has her own chair, and we've taught her how to get up on the chair.
Oh my.
And so anytime someone donates $1 where it doesn't have a message, it says, "Can I pet that dog?" And then we give Mara a treat.
Oh my god. And she gets treats.
Pip.
Aw.
She is adorable. I love her.
Yeah.
I still think she
She
needs
is
like
cute.
a reward where it's like you have that automated feeder.
Yeah. Yeah, if I get on it, that'd be awesome.
Like every time somebody donates, treat, treat, treat.
Jate, good girl. Yeah, her commands are a mix of sign language, English, and Mandalorian because I'm a nerd.
Oh my god. It's great.
I would love my dogs to respond to Mandalorian.
That's amazing.
He abuses that dog with a Jar Jar mask. You're not wrong.
Oh.
Does.
Every once in a while, when someone donates, there's a for the Twitch like channel redemptions, there's a Jar Jar mask redemption where I have to wear a Jar Jar mask for a battle, and if someone will like redeem this and Mara time at the same time, so I have Mara wear the Jar Jar mask and then I give her a treat.
Oh my god. Could
So
you
definitely,
imagine if you're wearing that Jar Jar mask and CG finally like answers you on a stream and you're just like, oh.
Well, this is embarrassing.
Hey, could you do an ad wearing that?
Oh gosh, you guys just made me think of something and I hate myself for it. Oh
We're just here
no.
to give good ideas. That's all.
Well, okay, so as a joke at one point, I jokingly said on stream, if we get 150 members in one stream, I will wear a maid costume on stream. And
Oh,
I
God.
was not expecting for that to happen, and then we did. And so I'm a man of my word, and so I did as a members only stream, and then I did it again recently as a reward because we hit a certain milestone as a members only stream, and I just realized that someone had gifted Tuscan Meathead a membership so he
Oh
can see that
no.
stream.
Oh my.
I
That
really
is
hope he
amazing.
doesn't see that one.
Hey, Meathead, if
He'd
you are
probably think
watching
it's
that,
hilarious. He's really chill. He'd probably
he
think it's
is.
hilarious.
uh,
As long as you're not talking about Sugo, then he just doesn't know anything. He doesn't even.
yeah, he won't interact with you at all.
Oh my god, that's funny though. Now I want to know if he like saw this.
Yeah, right. Like just hey, have you seen me in a maid costume? Do you
No.
want to?
Well, you have access to it. Oh my god.
Who was the So Go streamer that always wore a mask?
That always
Good
worked?
question. I know
Yeah.
I wore a Bo-Katan helmet for a minute on like your stream.
Yeah, I don't actually know. So I've been talking to a couple of the older generation of streamers for this game recently, and it's just they talk about these people, and I'm just like, I don't know. I
Wait,
didn't
who's
watch
considered
content
like
before Arnold.
the older generation of streamers? Like, who is this we're talking?
Like Scoundrels in the Cantina have been around. Like all of them have
Oh
been
my
around the
god,
content creation
they
pool
are
forever.
they are not that
So,
old. No,
funny
they're not that old.
story. Kate, would you like to tell him when you were in your prime here?
What story am I telling?
Who you used to stream with, and
Llama?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
there's one of them, and
that was back during COVID. I had a streaming partner, Llama, who like they would do their or no, I would go first, and then they would do their streaming. Just we had a grand old time. We used to be a part of like the chain gang. They used to have that. It was led by like Andy Beads. So that's dating myself as a streamer, but yeah, we just had a good old time. Llama at the end of every stream had like this redemption for make Llama a metalhead. Llama hates metal music, like screamo music, so our goal was to like find the most obnoxious song and they'd have to listen to it. And like
Oh,
it was a reward, so it was like not a guarantee, but it got redeemed every single time. Yeah, Ray Rock's listing a lot of the people who were around like then, like Andy Beads, Jigabachi. That is one streamer who I wish never stopped streaming Swoggo, but I understand why he stopped. Mudbum, yeah.
see here I am with like Beaver, Arnold, Nooch.
yeah, like I know all of the new people. I know all the people trying to break in because they all reach out to me, and I know all the people that are like currently around, and I vaguely know of Cubs fan Han
Oh my
and
god, he is a.
Mobile Gamer.
You're really aging me right now as a streamer because I remember all like okay, so I came in after Mobile Gamer, but like Cubs fan Han is actually how I like really got started. I guess you could say like because I streamed a bit, but then I went and did one of his whale chats, and that's where like a lot of people like started following me after that. So yeah,
Yeah, I that was like what started me wanting to do a a GAC against my opponent, which I've been lucky enough to do, I think, 3 so far on my channel. But I watched the one with Arnold and Cubs fan Han, and I was like, this is so much fun. I love this stream. And so I've always wanted to do that. And so I've been lucky enough to do it a couple times since I've become a content creator, and it's so much fun every single time.
oh yeah.
I can't wait to get there. One of these days, I will have a stream against an opponent.
One of these days, I'm gonna have a stream against Bones.
One of
I
these
will match up
days,
with him one day.
we're gonna have to do a special Club 38 when Kate and I go ahead and head to head.
Have you guys ever been like near like organically near somebody?
Uh, like, are you saying content creator wise?
Yeah, like you looked at the leaderboard and you're like, "Oh, I'm like real close
No.
to you. This could happen."
I was like 3 slots away from Arnold's free to play account because he started his free to play account around the same time I started my account. And so like we were like neck and neck for a long time. And so I was always like, please come on, please.
That's great.
That would have been awesome.
Oh yeah.
Trying to remember. I feel like there's been a couple times where I've been very close to some people in the standings. I went against Loki once, but Loki is not a streamer. But I didn't know who Loki was at the time. So I'm just like,
Mm.
oh, like, and this is like right when I started playing it, like with a bigger account. I'm like, oh, I got matched up with Loki. And I remember, I forget who I was talking to about it, but they like basically just laughed and like, good luck. Like, oh my God. Like, what did I get myself into? But it was around like, I want to say it was like Christmas Eve. So I think I ended up like not even doing my GAC because I totally forgot because it was Christmas Eve. Or I did like one or two battles and then just was like, this guy's got everything. I'm done. I can't do this. But recently, I know me and Egnards were very close to each other rank wise. So.
Yeah,
Which
I was
actually kind
Oh
of
yeah,
brings
go.
us up to kind of our first topic. How did your first round of GAC go?
Not well.
Okay, not well's like an 0-3. But I'm gonna guess you
I
went 1-2.
yeah, I went 1 and 2. I absolutely hate with all of my heart, my might, my strength, my spirit, my dog, everything in my life hates the fact that the Darkside Raycron and the Hodacron exist in the game right now.
Yes.
Like,
So
I
not.
lost, I think,
No,
huh?
keep going, keep going.
I,
What'd
I
you
lost my
lose?
first match to a Hodacron on a Ray team, and I looked up like the
What?
chances of winning, and it's like literally there's no counters on Swago.gg period for the team. Like it's lower win rates than the Darkside Ray team, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And so this guy had the Hoda team, it was Ray, Ben and Hermit Ezra with the Hodacron, and then he had Darkside Ray, or sorry, she had Darkside Ray with the Darkside Raycron on defense. And so I got through the Darkside Raycron. I'm like, sweet, now I just got to take down a Ray. And then I look at the win rates, and it's like there's one team with a 40% win rate. Everything else has less than that. And I'm like, oh. And so I actually made a video about it, being like, guys, let me know if you find a counter to this team.
I think your best bet is Kenobi with Cat and Mace with the Hodacron.
Yeah, and Egnards, thank you for the sub. But yeah. You're inviting animals into the stream now.
Sick
They're,
ones at that.
I mean, their standards dropped really, really low. I mean, after all, they brought on Egnards, which was like bottom of the barrel, and now they're like trying to make their
And
way
Fat
back up.
Phil
So they started
together.
with
They were
animals.
together.
Yeah. Oof, yeah, you're really, rock bottom right there.
Which you could catch Egnards on his channel, Big Boat 777.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh, but yeah, I officially hate this current meta. Like I always hate when they give Datacrons to GLs, but the focused Datacrons are just so much farther, and it's just like, did you beat Darkside Ray? No. Sucks to suck. You're done with your GAC today. It's just
Yeah,
like, okay.
that's about how I did mine too. Kate, didn't you have this thing where you, like, I know going into mine, that was the first battle I did, and I was like, okay, did I get through it? Yes, all right, I'll keep playing. If not, I'm done.
Oh, the Dark Side Raycron?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what did you do?
I went 2-1 against it. The very first week I lost to, or the very first round I lost to it, and I was like, okay, there we go. And then I actually got through it the next couple.
Nice.
And then I got caught up with a Saw team on the last round, and I couldn't get through that.
No.
Mm.
Oof.
The Saw team is like simultaneously like one of the easier teams, but then they get cron so often
Mhm.
that it's
Mm-hmm.
just like you just get destroyed by it if you're not careful.
Oh yeah, you bring in the wrong team, you're done. There's no question about that. But I
A
actually,
two-man mirror the dark side Raycron, but then you don't have it on your own defense.
yeah, I know. I always
Yes.
set Darkside Ray on defense. I set um right now the Barriscron. I keep the Hodacron though because I use that versus everybody sets Darkside Ray where I'm at. Doesn't even matter. Everybody sets it. So
Yep.
Yep.
I've gone.
Kyber 2. It's a guaranteed you're running into it.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I actually went 3-0 this week. I actually remembered to do my GAC. It was awesome.
Nice.
But yeah, I was
Yeah,
able to get. I think I full cleared every round, so I was able to get through the Dark Side Raycrons.
yeah. See, I didn't get that. I had two entire GACs that were just shut down by either Ray or Darkside Ray. Every version of Ray should just be removed from the game right now. At this point,
Okay, but the
I'm
other
over
Ray
it.
is easy to beat if you have
I
the
hear
support
that the
cron.
Queen Amidala team
Yeah, it takes
with
it out easy.
the Kron is just like an instant you gotta beat.
S-
Oh
So
yeah.
with the Ray, Ezra, Ben team with the Hodacron, it's only a 40% win rate with the Queen Amidala team. It
Really?
is like that team has like it's 23% win rate across all counters on Swago.gg. I was losing my mind that day when I went up against that team.
I'm trying to remember. I can't even look back at the history. I don't remember. I know I went against a Ray, Ben, Ezra, but I don't remember what the cron was.
Agnards, yes, but the water rodent, to his credit, allows the War Games AI to run his GAC for him.
Only a few times, and to be fair, none of that was this week. What? Right? Right. Yeah, no, none of that was this week. That was in 5v5 that we did. AI runs my GAC. And hey, my chat lost that AI fair and square. So,
I have no clue what you're talking about. Oh my god, you
so
should
I
totally like hook it up so like your chat determines your moves for the game.
Yeah, so I did AI chooses all of my counters for
Oh
a day,
god.
and then I did chat chooses all of my counters for a day, and then we see which one gets a higher score. And we did it initially in 3v3, and then the AI won, and so they demanded
Really?
a rematch. Yeah, they demanded
Jeez.
a rematch and managed to beat the AI in 3v3 and beat their score. And the entire time that they're doing it, every time they drop a battle, I go back to the AI and have it trash talk them using Galaxy of Heroes stuff, and it's really hilarious. The stuff that he comes
Jeez.
up with is wild. And then in 5v5, they wanted a rematch again, go up against it, and they lost again to the
Oh
AI
my
just because, like AI hallucinates, chat has trolls, and so it's a pretty even matchup.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I love it.
That's true. Yeah, people purposely telling you to use like Ewoks. Stuff like
Hmm.
that.
Hey,
That's
why don't
great.
you just go ahead and Farmer Luke lead this one?
Oh gosh, we had one person who was like, "Can we get like a Bane lead with General Grievous and CLS?" I was like, "Oh my gosh, you are
What?
literally just handing it to the AI, aren't you?"
It's probably like half the fun.
Yeah, and so then I had the AI absolutely roast them for, kissing up to
Oh my
it.
god, that's great.
Durumana says lies deception. Ewoks are meta.
Oh, if only, if only. I was so hopeful when Nisa came out that they would become meta.
Every
To be
time there's
fair,
an Ewok cron, I'm like, this is gonna be it. It's gonna be their time, and it never is.
I do like to use Ewoks on the back wall, and I have like a 75-80% win chance with them.
Uh, the Wampa versus them is one of the most terrifying battles of my life because you never take a turn. You just sit there and you watch Nisa for 10 minutes and then she dies to dots. And then you're like, oh my gosh. And you have like this much health and you're like, oh.
Speaking of, where have you been using your Wampacron? Do you have a
uh,
Wampacron?
I do. but people have been suggesting that I use it to try and take things down with other teams because it has so much offense and crit damage. Um, and so I've only been able to use it once, and we used it against Leia, and I was really impressed how easy I took down Leia with it. It was a Relic 9 Leia, Relic 9 R2, and a Relic 8 Drogon, and my Relic 5 Wampa just took it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been using it for Jabba. I've heard it could actually beat the Slacker Cron, and I
The
really
dark
want to
side
try
ray.
it.
I've heard that too. I
Yes.
haven't tried it yet because my cron was not up to par for this last round, but it is this round.
Interesting.
I hear it could, and I've yet to try it.
Yeah.
A lot of people in my chat were like, "Oh, I beat SLKR in Territory Wars with it with no Darkside Raycron." I was like, "Oh, that's cool," but then it's like, "But the Darkside Raycron." But if it's beating Darkside Raycron, I might have to try that one out.
Yeah. I mean, word on the street is that it's Bane Malik that takes it out. So
I have
Yeah,
done that one. That
that's
one
what I
does
use
work.
every time. Yep.
I gotta try
Um,
it.
it's not 100%, but it does work.
I mean, technically, not even in 5v5, JMK is still only like a 70 or 60% win rate. There's no good counter to that team.
No, there's really not. I don't know.
Needs the -20 cooldown pull.
60% of that time it works every time.
Exactly.
That's right,
Exactly.
Double Durgan.
I never lose with JMK. Yeah, well, we aren't all so lucky. I had 3 battles in a row a couple weeks ago that were 98% win rate counters, and I lost all 3 of them in a row, and
Don't
I
you just
lost my
love when that
mind.
happens?
Oh, I was so upset. Like, I don't rage on stream often, but that one was, I was losing it, dude.
Oh my god. That's great.
Beaver killed a man with a trident. With a trident.
I don't know where Egnards is getting his information. Technically, it was a fork. It has 4 tines, not 3.
So technically, Soul is also correct that if you're using fives in the 5v5 counter for JMK versus the Slackercron, or well, Darkside Raycron, you should win every time.
I was 100% against him when using fives.
Yeah.
Just because he draws, like, because that was the old meta against SLKR, was using him. So they have it set up so I mean, only targets fives with like the stunning and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really good counter.
So in
That makes
5v5,
sense.
I haven't lost with JMK versus the Darkside Raycron if I've been using fives. So.
Yeah, see, I'm one of those poor people who doesn't have a JMK because
You don't
he
have a JMK?
worked efficiently. Yeah, I worked efficiently as much as possible, and then like the last year, I started wailing for the new characters just because of
Wait,
the
so you
channel.
got Ahsoka, but you
I have,
didn't get
yeah,
JMK.
yeah, I don't have JMK and I don't have Leia. Those were the 2 GLs that I was missing, and I'm like, dude, not having Leia is hurting my
Those are
soul.
like the
Like,
two GLs
Leia
you
is
kind of need.
yeah, well, JMK is kind of like, I don't know, everything
JMK
beats him
can.
on defense at this point,
Well,
but like
you
he
never
is
put
like
him on
a,
defense. You don't put him on
yeah,
defense.
on offense, he's just your I want to win that battle card. So I definitely want to get him. He's on my list. I'm not
or
going for
he could
Holo
also be
or
a
Hondo.
Balin skull, just bait.
True. But like I see Balin on defense a lot lately, just because so many
I
people don't put JMK on offense or on defense anymore.
I've been seeing that too. Like surprisingly, like it's a huge amount.
People actually put JMK on defense?
Balin.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah,
were
we're
saying
saying
before, like, they used to. I was like, I can't even tell you the last time I ever saw JMK on defense.
I mean, he is a staple for like if you are in like carbonite, bronzium, chromium, anything like that, and you have a Lord Vader or a JMK, both are a nightmare. They're fairly easy to take care of when you start getting the late game, but they are a nightmare for the first couple tiers of GAC.
I do run into him in a rhodium on my baby account.
Yeah, see, I can't even tell you the last time I saw a JMK on defense.
JMK
Everybody's
Cat
saying
Ezra.
in chat that they
Huh.
pretty good on defense.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up this data real quick. I'm guessing it's not
JMK
gonna
with
have too
Ezra
much.
showed up
I
last
haven't
round.
ran
Ooh.
into him with in
JMK
Kyber at
with
all.
Ezra and Hodacron. That sounds brutal.
Ew.
Ezra, is Ezra and Cat? You guys are saying?
Yeah, they said JMK, Cat, Ezra. Yep.
Yeah, an 18% win rate across the board.
Oh
Wow.
man.
Uh, looks like the SLKR Cron is the only like good win rate besides Ray with the Barris Cron.
Both are defense teams. That's
Yup.
crazy.
But how many
Mirror
times have
match
they?
doesn't do bad either.
How many times have they been gone against?
This it has about 4,000 or
Oh
5,000
wow.
battles of data total.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's not looking good across the board.
So that's gonna be the next one.
Yeah, dude, like we thought that the Dark Side Raycron was like the apex predator, where we're like, gosh, this sucks. But I feel like we just every single week we find a new use for the Hodacron that makes me lose faith in humanity, or at least faith in CG in this case.
Okay, so I am resetting my defense now.
I think I gotta make sure this Bane Malik actually works before I make any changes to taking JMK off of offense. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a gamble with like what people are doing with the Hodacron, because the Hodacron a lot of the times is what allows people to pull off the JMK counter to Lord Vader, or to the Darkseid Raycron, or it's what allows you to take out a significant one of these teams that are big on defense. But then you can't put it on your defense, and so like it's such a gamble on like, can you take it out or not, that I don't know. It's kind of back to those times back in um, back when I was in Carbonite and Bronzium, and you're sitting there and you're like, I got an SLKR. He's going on defense because no one's gonna beat that in Bronzium, and so you just kind of deal with that as you're just trying to get better banners. You can trust that your defenses are going to hold, and you're just going to go for the other side, and you're going for the best banners, kind of thing, is kind of what it's feeling like nowadays. Either that, or they actually somehow beat your stuff with a 20% win rate, and you're just like, I can't do that, why can you? So
Yeah, and I'm seeing in chat, I saw a couple times now, they're saying use Dark Trooper and then bring in Bane Malik for the Dark Side Ray counter.
So I'm actually not a big fan of the Dark Trooper cooldown pull. I've done it a couple times, and it just doesn't work for me, because you end up accidentally looping yourself with how long he stays alive. And the big key for me is getting rid of the shock on Darkseid Ray. And by the time that he dies, usually Darkseid Ray is like reduced her cooldowns a bit, and so it makes it so she gets the shock much faster. And so I actually prefer the Han cooldown increase, where you bring in Han Solo, and then he takes a turn. Darkseid Ray will take a turn, use her shock. Her shock is now on cooldown, and then Bane comes in and will increase the cooldowns even higher. So it guarantees until SLKR ults, she cannot use her ability, essentially. So it gives me a better win rate overall. Yeah.
I have heard of the Han thing.
So that's been my go-to. Doesn't work every time, obviously, from my week of GAC this week. But hey.
All right, so let's kind of shift gears a little bit over to Conquest, which we just wrapped up. To those that don't know, we did have the community milestone event, and unfortunately, we did not hit the final tier. We got 13% of the way there.
What was the milestone?
So we got the 640 million, and then we were 13% of the way to the final one, which was Maz. So we will get 20 Terran, we will get 20 Boba Fett, 20 Ben, and 20 Ezra, but we're missing out on the extra Maz shards.
Alex, I tried. I spent the ascension. I tried to help everyone. Didn't work though.
We came pretty close to it, but we did. So where did you red crate at all?
No, no. This is, we got a new Datacron set and everything, and so dropped everything into the Ascension and then got to Sector 4 and then just farmed Datacrons. And I was assuming if we hit this, that meant I only had to gold crate 3 times. So because I buy the pass, and so, but unfortunately we didn't hit this, so that means I'm gonna have to red crate one of these other 2 times. So just gold crated and a lot of Datacrons.
So which Datacrons did you build up?
Oh gosh. I definitely got resistance up because they are a little peepee for me, and so I was like, "Yep, absolutely. There's crons for them. I'm getting them." But I got all of the focused crons all done, except for the Rolocron I left at level 6. I got myself a Grand Inquisitor Cron, a Ninth Sister Cron, a Night Sister Cron to help me be able to take down Jabba, and then some just random good stat crons and my resistance. So
Nice.
got a good amount of crons overall, like solid start with especially with the focus data crons.
For sure. Yeah. How'd you do, Allie?
I got the gold crate on my big account. I didn't do both, like I told you. That was just too much last time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I got the gold crate. I was really hoping we were gonna hit this one, but I do go back to work next week, so I will start making my paychecks again, and I'm gonna be buying the passes to kind of make up for it now.
Okay.
Not the pass plus, normal
Not the pass
pass.
plus.
Yeah. Oh, if you
How
don't have
about
time, you pay money. That's how it works in this game.
how about you, Kate?
I always red crate Conquest. Just I don't get the Conquest pass, so I just red crate work on my crons. I was able to get the Rolo cron up. Darth Vader cron is done. Wampa cron is done. I have the droid cron, but I haven't finished it yet. And then I have a Grand Inquisitor cron. I know it's currently, I think, a Vet Chewie cron, but I just didn't have the reroll materials to do that yet. And then there's one more I have, but I cannot remember for the life of me what it is. There's another.
Did you get
Oh,
the?
Marok, or how do I say his name? I have him.
My raw.
That's a good cron.
Yeah, yeah. So
I know
I have
people
them.
like the Ninth Sister one more, but it's a
Well,
good
I've been
cron.
debating if I want to re-roll my Grand Inquisitor Cron, but I think I'm just gonna bring up another Inquisitor Cron and go for Ninth Sister and just go from there.
Yeah, I mean, even with just if you're only bringing it up to level 6, that paragraph of Inquisitorius level 6 is absolutely disgusting. And like it's
Yeah.
kind of being overshadowed right now by Darkside Ray existing and the Hodocron existing, but like this used to be an actually like really solid defensive team too. So,
Well, the
I
thing you
wouldn't be
gotta
surprised
remember
going into
is
5.
those
Hmm?
Crons go away before this Cron set goes away.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll see it. And honestly, I think once 5v5 rolls around, we're probably going to start seeing the Inquisitorius on defense a ton.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Would you think they'd probably use Ninth Sister versus Grand
Uh,
Inquisitor or Riva? Like, which Cron are you gonna put on defense in 5v5?
I think you have to go with the Ninth Sister. As much as I don't like using Ninth Sister in that team,
That's my
and
thought. Yep.
but like I don't know, start of the encounter getting 200% max health and immune to ability block. That's just that first sentence immediately makes this like, oh yeah, obviously I'd throw this on.
Yeah.
And that's one of 3 paragraphs. Like,
so who
uh,
are you gonna take out of the Inquisitor team?
I think it has to be Eighth Brother because
Yeah.
Eighth Brother is really just there to deal some extra damage versus like Fifth Brother's survivability and a buff to spell. Grand Inquisitor's obviously Grand Inquisitor, and then your heal is Seventh Sister. So I think the Eighth Brother's the only one you can really afford to take out.
Yeah. My other thought was like, I know I've seen in 3v3 that Ninth Sister with the Ufus. That's the only other thing I've seen.
Hmm.
But I'm like, do I really want to do that? Probably not. 3v3s,
No.
I understand. 5v5s, yeah, probably not.
Yeah, you kind of want to make the best team possible when it comes to 5v5.
Yeah. But then again, I could be wrong, and people are probably like, well, this is way better to do this way. Because that's happened a lot.
All right.
Oh,
So shifting over to news, we only really had one big news this week, and that is the kit for um what's his name?
Was it
I
Vane?
I always
Vayne?
Vayne, yes. I can
Yeah.
never remember these pirates.
The only reason I remember is because of the freaking puns they keep making for all of the
That is
names.
totally meathead, I feel like.
Yeah. But yeah, I reading through his kit. I read through his kit a couple hours back, and I gotta say, I'm impressed. Definitely feels like a GL tank, like a tank for a GL team. Um, Kind of like that, almost like Malik level of really, really good tank. It's not plug and play like some of the other tanks like Malik are, but very much like this feels really powerful for pirates, and especially going into the Hondo team.
Yeah, I kind of got like a Kenobi vibe off of it. General Kenobi. They want with the whole flipping the buffs from debuffs to buffs. I was kind of getting like a General Kenobi vibe. So I'm wondering if he's gonna be like the next big tank outside of your obvious GLs. Because Kenobi was really meta for a while back in the day.
Oh yeah. I thought it was wild and really interesting. I read it first, and then after I finished the kit, I was like thinking about it. I was like, "Oh, okay," because they've been building team after team after team for the last like 3 years of this team ignores taunt. And so it's like, is there a point for tanks nowadays? And they're like, hey, how about we make a tank that every time any enemy or any ally besides him gets hit, we equalize health. So essentially they have to go through the tank anyways. And so they've essentially made it so even people who are ignoring taunt are still having to go through the tank because, the health equalization with every single hit. So I thought that was a really interesting mechanic.
And I thought it was interesting though that they haven't put out the next Honda requirements. Because we know that Brutus is going to be required at Relic, is it Relic 5?
Ooh, I don't
I
know. I
don't
know
even
Vayne,
remember.
they said Relic 7.
Yeah.
Vayne is 7, and so that's two requirements that's not listed for him. Um, that we know what they are. So I'm surprised they didn't release this next round yet.
I mean, the update comes in tomorrow, right? So
They
with
might go into the game and we never know, like it did last time.
yeah, I mean they haven't really like they used to announce them for like GL Sokatano, and they were having like the puzzles and everything, and then people got upset that what was it, Hu Yang was announced or something through the puzzles, even though Hu Yang was already announced just in general, and the internet lost its mind, and CG was like, fine, we won't do it anymore, and now we just don't get any communication on it, so. I don't know. I think it might just be it just drops into game tomorrow when the update hits.
I wouldn't be
I feel like
surprised.
that's the downside about the community though, is they a lot of people tend to lose their mind really quickly over like the littlest thing.
Welcome to Swuggo. It's been like that for
Welcome to being a
years.
Star Wars fan.
It's been
Yeah.
like that for years.
Like
Like
I
that's just a
remember
Anything could
Phil
come
and
out and
I
there would be complaints. It doesn't even matter.
yeah, that's just Star Wars in general. Um, I
yeah,
remember I was live when they announced I was with Fat Phil and everybody was panicking over the new raid and Phil and I like because everybody thought that the scores were gonna drop off and I actually did a video. I was like, listen guys, there's this huge panic. You guys are panicking. If you get 300, just 300, if you max the 300K, you'll get 1.2 million and you kept if all 50 members of your guild do it, you kept your crate. Chill. It's okay.
yeah.
This is literally Swuggo every single time something gets released. It does not even matter. It's been like this for years. You can tell people to chill
It,
all they want. It's not going to happen.
I wish I could say it's unjustified, but like things like the Leviathan happen, where you're just like, yeah, this is fully justified. Like this ship
There
is
are
crap
those
when it came out.
there are those cases where it is justified, but a lot of times it's knee-jerk reactions. But there are
Yeah,
cases where it's justified, I will say that.
like that Hu Yang thing. That was just
Well, why would you tell the you're going to have this character and then have a puzzle where it's saying you're releasing the character?
I
they were
don't
it was already
remember.
announced though, so it's
Yeah,
the
that's
Yeah,
it's kind of like why? Like I
there
loved
was.
the crumb puzzles. Like they were amazing. But it was like there was only one every I don't even know if it was every year. It might have been like every 8 to 12 months, but they were just so much fun. And then this puzzle started coming for like everything and we already knew like what they were announcing, so that was the issue there.
Yeah, there was something there. I don't remember what was happening, but something had just happened and people were really unhappy in the game. I don't know if it was like Balin's release or something. I don't remember what it was, but something had happened in the game that people were upset about at the time. And then they pushed the announcement of the era stuff forward to kind of like, be like, hey, look, we got good things coming. And then that caused the puzzle to be in the wrong order for what's happening. Um, but like there was something happening. I can't remember what it was. It might have been the Balin release where everyone was like, "This event is actual garbage," and then the character got tested pre-Omicrons, and they're like, "This character does not feel good. He gets beaten by Imperial troopers." Um, but like whatever it was, people were upset, and then they pushed that up, which is what caused the puzzle thing. And so it was like silly on CG's side not to just cancel that puzzle for that week,
Yeah.
but also silly on the fan side for freaking out about, you know, I guess, uh, like, yeah, it's just kind of ridiculous to freak out about that.
yeah.
Ooh, it might have been the fleet meta. You're right.
They had good stuff to us. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I think it's all like I think we're doing pretty good right now, fleet wise. So,
I
but
think
that's
we're
my
actually in
personal
a
opinion.
we're in a really good place. I don't want to see another fleet.
I feel like Rabid Beaver's about to completely disagree with us.
I, dude, they dropped the punishing one, and I was like, I'm fine with this. This is fine. I actually enjoy this. I've wanted the executor to have a lifter, and then they're like, tie Dorito changes, and that's what wrecked the meta for me. It made like the way that I used all my fleets completely different. I had built my entire account around having off meta fleets. I didn't have Profundity, I didn't have Leviathan at the time, and I built every other fleet. And so I was like in a really good spot. The only one I was missing was the Marauder because I'm like, I don't have Bad Batch. There's no reason to do this. I'm beating all the
Mhm.
fleets. And they're like, what if we made it so every counter you have doesn't work except for the Marauder? And I'm like,
Yeah.
gosh, freaking dang it.
Ship harder.
So like I agree. I don't think we should get another fleet. I don't want that because I don't want everything to be thrown down the drain again. Um, but like I wouldn't mind a Profundity lifter. Profundity feels a little underpowered. Um, yeah, that one just doesn't feel great. So
All right, and then viewer questions.
Yeah, we can go to that.
Okay, so we've only got a couple. There is a link to the Discord. Here is the link. Um, if anybody wants to chirp in with some questions, if you're listening, we do viewer questions, and feel free to join the Discord. Of course, grab the Club 38 role, go down to the podcast questions, and feel free to ask.
Does not need to be
So,
Swuggle related. Could be anything.
the first question is, you guys are always receiving and exchanging compliments. Well deserved. What's the weirdest compliment you've ever received? Whether as a creator or in life, the compliment that made you say, thanks, I think. It's from Stanimal.
And Beaver is the guest. You get to go first.
the one that immediately jumps to my mind is like there was this woman who I had like just met, like probably 20, 30 minutes earlier. And she like just looks down and goes, "You have really nice calves," and like would not shut up about my calves for like 10 minutes. And I have never had anyone in my life ever talk about my calves before. And so it was probably the weirdest one for me and just a little awkward. That's immediately what jumps to mind. I can't say I've gotten a lot of like really weird ones as a content creator thus far, though.
How about you, Allie?
Jeez. I don't think I ever really have.
There's gotta be something in real life, not just
Oh
creator.
God. Not that I could even. I've been in some real uncomfortable situations, but nothing like I'm like, oh gee, thanks. I think. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Generally, I know if it's good or bad. Um, I've been out to the bar and been in some really uncomfortable situations where like there was this guy. He was right next to me. He was with this girl. I'm pretty sure it was a Tinder hookup or something because they were getting to know each other and they were going to go back to their hotel room and whatever. And then um as the night goes on, she kind of gets tired of him and she leaves. And I'm sitting there and I'm with my sister who is the bartender here. And I have my middle sister and then I have my younger sister. We're all just kind of sitting here and then he just turns around and he kisses me. And I'm like,
That's so random.
"What? What?" And then he just turns around and walks away. And I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'm not coming here again."
Oh my god.
How about you, Kate?
Um, Content creator wise, I don't really think I've gotten too many. Like, usually when people tend to give like compliments, like, and if they like kind of go that like, oh, they're trying to flirt line, like, usually somebody in chat like knows, like, dude, she's married, her husband is a Marine, like, leave her alone. But real life, I got like two that pop into mind. Like, so I was an engineer, like, I have a degree in engineering, and one that I got all the time, which, like, I know people meant it as a compliment, but I'm just like, it's kind of weird, was like, all the time I got, oh, you're too pretty to be an engineer. I'm like, thanks, I think. Like, what does that even mean? But I remember this one time specifically, and it was my freshman year of college, obviously in engineering, and there was this guy in our major. And for anybody who doesn't know, like, engineers, like, and I can say this being one, we're very awkward. Like, just some stuff engineers say, you're just like, I don't know if you were supposed to say that out loud. But I had this one guy who actually, ironically enough, ended up being like one of my lab partner, like, junior year. And he said, oh, you're too pretty, you're gonna drop out of engineering. Like, said that to my face. Like, what?
Oh,
I was just like,
Get
I think you meant that as a compliment, but I'm pretty sure you just insulted me.
ouch.
I made it though. I didn't drop out.
Yeah,
I
here
don't
you
think I've
are.
ever
And he,
heard anything like that.
yeah, crazy enough, he
Um,
was in the same engineering discipline as me. And like when I was lab partners with him, another fun fact about engineers, most of them are awful writers. So like 95% of the lab groups I was in, I would just be like, just let me like write the lab report because you guys all write horribly. Like, have like whatever you want to call it of like a second grader, like the grammar of a second grader. I'm like, no, just let me do this. And he was one of them. He was absolutely one of them. I was like, just let me write the lab report. So,
I have heard no worse things said to women in general than when I was in college. Like from like, backhanded stuff, but also just like terrible stuff. Like I don't know what's up with guys in college, but they're all idiots.
but I don't know.
That
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've had a lot of stuff said in college. Like one guy I used to like, I wouldn't say we dated, but I guess maybe. He like literally came up to me and told me in senior year, we weren't together or anything at the time, that I didn't deserve the grades I got because I got a better score than him on a test or something. It's like, okay. Like, all
that
I
right.
had a
is
girl had a girl in
first.
high school that was saying the same thing, and I used to lord it over her like every test. Be like, "Hey, look."
And then there's one thing that just absolutely drives me crazy. And Kate, I'm sure you get this a lot too. Um, Mansplaining. I get this when I was working in a factory. I got it all the time, all the
Yes.
time. So I had been there for 8 years. I trained people. I knew every machine like the back of my hand. And I go into another line. Mind you, it's the same line. It's just backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an overtime shift. And I go in there, and this guy that I'm working with is just like, "Hey, sweetie, in order to do this, you gotta hit this button, and then it does this." I'm like, "Oh, does it do this? Thank you."
For those of you who are in chat who don't know, mansplaining is no, I'm kidding.
Exactly that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, mansplain.
I get it quite a bit there. Well, thankfully I don't work there anymore, but Aussie Bike wants to know what it is.
Well, one of you guys can explain. I'm not gonna get caught on the internet.
Oh my god. Now we could just go to the next question. Did we have any more?
Okay. So this one's from Marshmallow.
Okay.
It's two questions, one on Swago, one on health and wellness.
Okay.
Has CG made up for the great nerf of 21 and 22? Can't remember if it was 21 or 22. Why or why not?
Not gonna lie, I had to ask like a group of people like what was the nerf? I forget.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, a lot of people don't remember the nerf because a lot of people have either quit the game since, or they started after that. Because like I'm an account that's 12 million GP right now, and I was after the Great Nerf. Like the Great Nerf happened while I was like leveling up my first set of characters. Um, have they made up for it? I mean, free to play has never been in a better spot. Light speed bundles are there, and you know, off meta counters are a little harder to get, but they still exist in the game, and I feel like they have a very healthy meta in the game. It's not just rampant nerfs. It's not Marvel Strike Force where every single team that comes out is way better than the last one, and so it doesn't make sense to do anything but go for the newest thing. I can sit here and I can farm a Leia and be happy that I'm getting a Leia this week. Like, it's awesome. And so, honestly, the great nerf affecting all of the off meta teams, I'm still sad that certain characters don't feel great, like Thrawn, because Thrawn's one of my favorite characters. But overall, I think, yeah, they've established a really good meta since. So,
Yeah, I mean, I think the game. Look, the way I've always looked at the game is if I didn't find it fun, I wouldn't be playing. Like, why would I play a game I'm not enjoying? So, did they make up for it? I think I like the state of the game that it's at now. I think everything Beaver said is true. I don't think about stuff that much. Like, I don't know. I'm not like, I can't believe they did that nerf like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think I was actually not playing at the time, so I can't even tell you what they really like overall what they nerfed. Because I played for a while and then I left back in like 2020, so probably like right before it. And then I came back in 2023 when the Ray bundle came back out, or when they introduced the Ray bundle. So I don't know. When I came back, it was a completely different state from where I was. And I guess I do like where we are today. I think we're in a great spot. So I would say yes.
So I can tell you, like, so I had to ask, like, what the nerf was, because, like I said, I forgot. And the answer I got was, well, so this is like a series of replies. It's like the ignore armor thing. All the characters that had ignore armor effects had it taken away. Gas, Darth Vader, and Watt being the big one. So, like, you could take out GLs with these guys. Um,
Mhm.
they added a lot of functionality, a lot of the functionality of GLs to not be countered as much. Suddenly, Whirlwind got better. Sith Eternal got a clause about TM gained for locked buffs. Um, Gas's basic could also increase GL cooldowns. Can't do that anymore. And then Jedi Knight Luke was another one who got hit. So yeah, that's
Yeah, it was mostly to establish Galactic Legends as the apex predators,
yeah.
which I don't think is a bad thing because I think it's what's caused Galaxy of Heroes to not be Marvel Strike Force, where it's constantly you need to farm the new thing. Instead, we can go about it in a way where I can go and farm the things I enjoy, or I can go and farm and be efficient and get the things that are best. But I don't have to just chase the new thing constantly, otherwise I get left behind. And so by establishing that GL meta, I think it was really rough for people at the time, um, because it felt really bad because it was a toxic meta shift where you're lowering the viability of things that people enjoy, and that's how a toxic meta works. But I think it definitely was for the better, and at this point, I think it's a net positive as much as people hate it.
I completely agree with that. I think GLs should be GLs. We farm them for a reason. Um, I see no issue with that.
I
All right,
still
health
miss
and wellness.
Vader taking out GLs just with the culling blade. That was so much fun.
The second part of that question. What are some activities you like to do during your time so that you can properly de-stress, recover, and give 100% on your next workday?
Beaver.
I am a social person. I spend work alone listening to audiobooks, and then I come home and I stream to people who I can't see. So a lot of the times when it comes to de-stressing, it's hanging out with friends, whether that's playing some video games or going out and doing something with some friends. So a big thing for me because I spend so much of my time either in front of a computer or, you know, at work filling shelves and listening to audiobooks. So that or just playing a game that I really enjoy story wise. Those are the big games for me for like de-stressing. The Mass Effect trilogy growing up. Right now, Expedition 33 has been my go-to game. Those story games, interpersonal relationships, and very very interesting story that you have to kind of figure out as you go. So.
What's the current audiobook?
I'm actually rereading the Aragon series. I recently
Oh,
read. He came out with the new book Murtag about the other character inside the Aragon series. I read it and I was like, gosh, I forgot how much I really enjoyed this world. I want to go and reread this series. So I'm working through that, and then I think it's called Castle of Glass, or no,
Throne of
Throne of
Glass. You said
Glass.
this before.
Throne of Glass. Yeah, Throne of Glass. So those are the two that I'm working through. So I'm working back through the Aragon series and then Throne of Glass.
The Throne of Glass is a really long series, so
Has
it'll keep you
nothing
I'm
on
busy.
Zodiac Academy.
I
Nothing.
will always take a long series. Like, as I said, I work 8 hours by myself listening to audiobooks. And so, like, I'll listen to a Brandon Sanderson novel. It's like 56 hours. And I'm like, perfect. I'm so down because that's a week of listening instead of 2 days.
So, how many
Perfect.
like books have you listened to slash read this past year? Do you even know?
Oh, I genuinely don't know. I'd have to go do a count. But it's a significant amount. I mean, when you have 8 hours a day
Yeah.
for 4 days a week, that's you're listening to audiobooks 32 hours, and that's at 1.5 times speed. It's a lot of listening hours for sure.
Yeah.
And how about you, Kate? What do you do to de-stress?
Um, the two big things I do is either working out or I actually am a big reader too. So I've listened to probably about 10 audiobooks this year, but the rest of mine that I read are actual like the physical books or just on my Kindle. So that's like what I do like every night before bed is like I make sure to read for at least a chapter. Could be plus or minus depending how tired I am, but I love just like reading, and then if it's not right before bed, I'll have like a cup of tea. So
What is your current read?
I'm currently in the Zodiac Academy world still. I went back, like, I remember bringing it up on, like, somebody asked me on stream, like, months ago, and I was like, oh, I'm in Zodiac Academy. It took me so long to get through the main series of Zodiac Academy and the prequels. Now I'm on the sequels, though. I just started, like, this past month, so I'm on the second book of Darkmoor Penitentiary. But then I'm gonna gear up for spooky season, so then I'll need to find some spooky books. That's what I need. So if anybody has spooky books, send them my way. Could be anything.
Short of like the Goosebump novels when I was like a kid. That's like the only thing close to Halloween I've ever read, honestly.
I always make sure
Um,
to make like October is my I am reading about witches and Halloween and vampires and anything haunted.
you should read My Best Friend's Exorcism by
I
Grady
have
Hendrix.
that book on my Kindle. I haven't read it yet.
I just did it for a friend and it was okay. It was pretty good.
I actually have that book on my Kindle because I remember it was like I caught it on a sale one day. So I will have to read that one. I haven't started making my October books I want to read yet.
I would throw it out.
The,
It was worth a read. It was
Okay.
pretty good.
I might throw in
the
some
only thing on
Stephen
my
King.
list,
Yeah.
yeah. See, the only thing on my list for October's is Spooky Scary Skeletons, the EDM remix, throughout the entire month, and Nightmare Before Christmas. That's about
Ooh.
my
Ooh.
Halloween
Hocus
traditions. So
Pocus. Hocus Pocus.
Oh,
That's mine.
yes.
You gotta
I
watch
Hocus
it.
watched it for the
Pocus.
first time like 2 years
What?
ago, and I was like,
Oh my
I
God, it
can't believe
was
I've never seen this.
Halloween Town? Like, okay, I watch these like all year round, so this is not even like fair. Like, I'm a Halloween girl. Got married on
Mm.
Halloween, if that says anything about me. Oh, I love my
that's my
Hocus
boyfriend's
Pocus,
dream.
Halloween Town, all the Halloween towns. Oh
My
my
boyfriend
goodness.
wants to do that, and he wants to have a Nightmare Before Christmas wedding.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I love that.
That'd be
I'm
so
like,
cool.
I don't want that. I want like a beach, white dress.
Fair.
Throw in The Shining. I actually have The Shining. I stole it from my dad. So I actually have The Shining sitting on my bookshelf.
Was he
I
playing
honestly.
Swiggo?
Was he playing when I stole it? No.
Yes.
It was
He
like
wasn't sidetracked then.
when I like when we first moved into our house, he let me like take a couple books. So I took like The Shining, Angels and Demons, The Da Vinci Code. Trying to I think a couple Star Wars books. Heir to the Empire. It's
Okay.
right next to me, so I'm trying to read it, but I can't read that one title.
Love
Uh,
the introduction to hot chocolate in the Star Wars universe by Lando. Yes, but yeah,
I
Lady
I
Geek,
find
you're
it
working
so hard to read Star Wars books.
really.
It's hit or
Some of
miss
them
for
are
me. It's
pretty
hit or
bad. To
miss.
be honest, some of them read really like fan fiction. Like I want to answer this question in Star Wars, but like Lady Geek's working through the High Republic ones. I was very impressed with that. Anything by Claudia Gray, Timothy Zahn, or I think his name's Matthew Karpetian. All great authors for Star Wars, and James Luceno was also excellent for Star Wars.
Because I tried to read Lost Stars.
I never even heard
Oh
of that one.
gosh, I think I read like the like synopsis or whatever in the cover, and I was like, I'm not interested.
It's
That
like
was one I
a
haven't gotten
it's like
around
a
to.
romance one where one works for the Empire, the other works for the Rebellion, and
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I haven't read that one, so I tried to read the Thrawn first book like 3 times. So are you talking about the new Thrawn trilogy or the old ones, Lady Geek? Because the old ones are obviously written in a different time. There was very much, old sci-fi style kind of thing, and so they can be hard to read in that sense. The new ones, yeah, I would say give the new ones a try. They're the old ones are a little harder to read, but once you get into them, they are still to this day very good. But the new Thrawn trilogy is currently canon, and it's written by the same guy, and they're done really, really well. And so I really enjoyed the new Thrawn trilogy. The second book is the weakest of the three, but overall worth it to get to the third book. Third book is amazing.
I actually have that's another book I stole from my dad. Is the Thrawn book? It's sitting in my nightstand, just waiting
I
to
couldn't
be
find
read.
my copy last year, and I met Timothy's on, and I was like, I couldn't find my copy for him to sign. I was so upset.
Oh no.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's about the same. So I'm what I call a introverted extrovert. I don't mind being out when I'm out, but to get me out, it takes
Same
a
way.
lot.
Same way.
I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to people. I don't like to people. I am a socially awkward person, but once I'm out, I'm good. But that also leaves me with a social battery.
Mm-hmm.
So, this year, I got so overcharged at this summer. I've kind of been like a little hermit. Um, because thankfully I get the summer off because, teacher. And it's allowed me to recharge and generally just like my sister says I have a lot of spectrum tendencies. And
Mm.
I have a just like this comfort of being around my stuff. I'm a hoarder. Not a hoarder, but like I buy books. Like I am a book hoarder. I am a video game hoarder, and I just have them all on my shelves. They look nice, and that's what brings me comfort and just kind of like resets is being around like my hoard. So I'm in the middle of building a library upstairs, and I'm a big reader. It's what calms me down. So just near them and just reading kind of like drains everything and helps me.
So since we all said like reading or listening to audiobooks, like if you had to recommend like one or two books or audiobooks, what would you recommend?
Again, keep in mind that I'm a romanticy girl. I know
Same.
Beaver has
He's
actually
dabbled in it.
dabbled in a little bit with Fourth Wing. I would personally would recommend Fourth Wing. I know he would say otherwise.
I loved Fourth Wing.
Um,
Totally would
I
recommend.
really enjoyed Fourth Wing. If you get the dramatized version and the audiobook, they actually get like each individual voice actors.
I'm so glad I didn't get that one.
Dude, you
And
should
you
have
could
got. I
hear
was about
like
to say you should have got that. That makes it so much better.
and you could hear like Taryn and like the dragon noises and everything, and it's just so cool.
Dude, I listened to that at work. I didn't need anything more graphic than what I was already hearing.
Oh my god, that's amazing. If you start Zodiac Academy, you should totally get the dramatized version.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
You probably
I did
won't like
read
Zodiac Academy though, so don't do that.
I did read Age of Adeline. I
Oh,
really on audiobook that I don't think I could do it if I were to read the actual book, but the audiobook got me through it, thankfully. Age of Adeline was really good. I'm going to be starting Caravel here very
oh, see,
shortly.
I did not like Caravel.
Really? I've heard good things
Yeah,
about it from like
it's
my
hit or miss.
friends.
It's really hit or miss. It depends
Um,
what you like. It's hit or miss.
I am a huge fan of Sarah Moss. I have read Throne of Glass at least 12 times. Same with Akatar and Crescent City. So Sarah Moss is like my big go-to. And of course, I'm gonna catch a lot of crap for this. I still to this day, um, I'm gonna age myself here too. I was one of those Twilight girls back in the day. I loved it. I remember enjoying the books, going to see the very first movie. I loved Rob Pattinson already, and then seeing him in Twilight, I was like, "Oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever." And it is just, I don't know if you guys have this. If I read a book and I need, and like Onyx Storm did it. I just need this comfort read because if I don't, I kind of won't be able to read. It puts me in this book hangover.
Yeah.
And having that comfort read just kind of, it's something that you've read a dozen times and you don't need to focus on, but it gets you, it continues your reading just to keep the habit. And then after you're done with it, you can kind of move on to an actual new book. So Twilight is a huge comfort read of mine.
Yeah, I had to go to my comfort read after finishing Fourth Wing as well.
For different reasons, though.
For different reasons, yeah. But yeah, if I were to give two recommendations, unfortunately no Star Wars books on this because we've already talked about Star Wars books a little bit and what authors I like from that. One of my favorite books ever since I was like in middle school, Airman. I think his name's pronounced Ewan Colfer. I don't know. It's the guy who wrote Artemis Fowl. If anyone read that as a young adult or that type of thing. But Airman has always been a book I've really enjoyed. It's about a kid who is kind of wrapped up into the inventor race to see who discovers flight first. And is, that type of stuff, but there's a lot of political intrigue and, people being framed and that kind of stuff during it. Really enjoyed it as a kid, read it as an adult, still enjoy it. And then Brandon Sanderson has been my man lately. I've loved every book he's written, read all of them. I've got to suggest Mistborn. I think it is a book that everyone I have ever seen read it has loved it. It has some good romance. It has some good action. It's a fantasy world. Think of a heist movie, except instead of just all the characters having their different role, like, oh, this is the getaway driver, each of them has a fantasy power that allows them to fulfill that role in the heist. So
Interesting. I had to pull
Okay.
up my, so I keep a list of all the books I read through the year, which apparently I'm currently on. So audiobooks are listed in this too, so I think there's 10. So I'm currently on book 71 of the year. So.
Oh boy.
damn.
But a lot of these, I'm like Allie, and I'm very much a romantasy. I also really enjoy
Right.
big rock star romance person, but there's a mix of other stuff in here. So, but Onyx Storm, I rate very few books 5 stars. I've loved Onyx Storm. But the book that I really loved was actually my favorite book last year, and we were talking about it before stream. It's Nocticadia by Carrie Lake, which another romantasy type book. Not quite fantasy, but a little bit. What am I looking at? I can't really see.
This is my book library.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Nice.
Heck yeah.
I
Just keeps going.
I recognize a lot of those titles, but I'm just scrolling through. Yeah, Nocticadia is the one I really, really, really
Nocticadia.
loved. I mean,
I
Give that one a try.
it's different. It's very different. It's definitely academic setting, professor student romance, typical, but the professor's young, student's older, and it's they're investigating this parasite that kills people. So yes, there's a romance aspect, but there's actually a really good storyline, and it has other aspects of it too that I'm not going to say because it'll give it away, but there's a lot more to it than just the romance. So I really enjoyed that. The audiobook that I enjoyed this year, we were also talking about pre-stream, was Sunrise on the Reaping, which is the prequel to Hunger Games, and it's Haymitch's story. So obviously you know how it turns out. Obviously Haymitch ends up winning the Hunger Games, but his story is actually really, really sad.
Spoilers.
If you saw Hunger Games, you know that, because he's their mentor. He's the only winner from their district. That is not a
hi, Rez.
spoiler.
I'm definitely Team Edward.
I have the Twilight books, or at least the first book at my parents' house, but I don't think I ever read it. And I don't think I've ever seen the movies.
I'm saying, I'm just telling you right now, you don't have to go watch the other movies. Anyone that's here, go watch Twilight as a comedy. It is the funniest movie you'll watch this year.
Oh, jeez.
It is fantastic.
All
Oh my
right. So
gosh.
next question is from Aussie Mike. My last question was, who is your Sith apprentice? So Beaver, you weren't here for that one. If you could have any content creator as your Sith apprentice, who would it be? This time I want to know, who would you choose as your Padawan, and what's one lesson you'd like to impart on them?
Isn't that kind of like the same answers?
Pretty much.
Okay, Beaver, you can go.
But it was who would be your Sith apprentice, and why when would they turn on you?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Out of the content creators I know, I would probably take, and I mean, I kind of am already. A lot of the content creators end up coming to me with questions because I'm a newer content creator myself that, succeeded. I would probably take Caracol as an apprentice. I don't know if you guys know Caracol, but
Yeah.
I really enjoy his personality. I think he's on the cusp of being exploding. Like he is, his personality's fantastic, his showmanship's really good. It's just that he just streams. He doesn't do videos, and so it really, makes it hard for him to grow. I think I'd take him as an apprentice 100%. Really enjoy him, and I've done a couple things with him, and it's always fun. Um, One lesson I'd impart to him: lean into, your weirdness, lean into the things that make you you, and, come up with some stuff that is specific to you. And he's like started doing that kind of stuff, but I think if he really pushes into that, like being himself and coming up with stuff that's specific to his channel, that he'll really pop off and have his own like brand.
And what about you, Kate?
Um, I honestly don't know of any new streamers. People don't ask me questions. I don't know why, but people don't ask me anything. But if I had to give one lesson, my biggest piece of advice for anybody who would be like just trying to start out in specifically content creating and streaming is just like, just have fun. Like, just be yourself. Like, don't take it so seriously. Like, people can tell when you're genuinely just enjoying yourself, and when you're, versus like when you're doing it to try and just make a buck. Like, it's very obvious. Do what you like. Like, I just stream, I talk to chat, I listen to music, but I listen to what I like. I do the GACs that I like to do. Like, it's just one of those things, like, just enjoy it, do what you like, don't care what everybody else thinks. What about you, Allie?
Uh, let's see. I would choose Egnarts, and I would teach him that math isn't everything. No, no, no. I would choose Off-Duty Otter. Um, he's somebody that I kind of discovered in a raid, and I've got talking to him, and he's he's really got a great personality and everything, and I really think that a lot of people could find him enjoyable. Um, and I think I would just kind of like to impart that it's okay because he's a really newer account with a lot of light speed bundles. And it's okay to lean into that because not a lot of people are there anymore. Like a lot of content creators, like myself included, and I like to kind of teach people about the light speed bundles because that's where I've been. I've kind of grown that account, whereas he's in the middle of it. And lean into that because a lot of people will like learn from that and take values away from it.
Spoiler alert, I think he's our guest next week, too.
He is. I believe so.
Which I think you've also
Uh,
mentioned talking about, like, Caracol, too, but I don't know who he
yeah,
is. I know you've mentioned him, but I
he is
have
a
not talked to him.
YouTube side.
Alright, figure it out.
Uh, and our final question from Rabid Beaver. If you were a coconut, would you be jealous of the tight-knit community bananas have?
So I came up with this question. Like I was just sitting there at work and there was a guy that I'd talked to like maybe once and I was like, I'm gonna give a really weird icebreaker. Sat there thinking about it for 5 minutes. This is what I came up with as an icebreaker, and if you don't like this type of icebreaker, you probably won't like me. um, so if you were a coconut, would you be jealous? I wouldn't be, honestly. I think they're a little too close. I think I would get very uncomfortable very quickly. I'm better in a small group, like a group of coconuts. I don't think I would be comfortable with the tight knit community that bananas have. So that would be my answer.
Kate.
I'm thinking about it.
All right.
I don't know. You go.
I I get again, I'm not really I am a people person, but I'm not a people person. So I want to say no, I wouldn't because I tend to like go to I beat to my own drum. I march to the beat of my own drum. So not really, although I do really enjoy bananas. Like I love bananas.
That's fair. But do you love them enough to be surrounded by 100 of them at all times?
Probably not. They would drive me bananas.
That was good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably not like being around that many bananas. I get annoyed at people very quickly. So I'd probably get annoyed at the bananas and just be like, leave me alone. But I also don't like coconut, so.
I see. I don't either. I'm not a big fan of coconut. The texture is weird,
Yes, it's a texture thing for me.
and the flavor is like okay when mixed in with other things. Like I like pina colada. Can't do coconut by itself.
You want a funny story?
Let's hear it.
Oh, God. So it was my uncle's birthday, and we were all at my aunt's house, and she bought him a cake, and it was a coconut cake. And
Oh no.
nobody liked coconut. And like, wait, somebody asked my uncle, like, do you like coconut? He's like, no.
Oh,
It's just like... But it was on sale, so that's why we got a coconut cake.
I love it. Gosh, that reminds me. I went on a date with a girl, and I was like, "Hey, there's a new restaurant that opened. I want to go try it. You want to come with me?" It was our first date. We went on the first date, and halfway through dinner at a Mexican restaurant, we were talking about foods we don't like, and she mentions Mexican food, and I'm like, "Why did you say yes?"
Oh my God.
By the way,
Like,
this is gonna be the name of this episode, Club 38, episode 7. The one with a jealous coconut.
yes. Oh, I love it.
Don't like pina coladas and walk in the rain. I do not like pina coladas. When I'm on a cruise, because this is like, I feel like when I go with my husband and like, we did like an Alaskan cruise with his family
That's sex
years
on the
ago.
beach for me.
Strawberry daiquiris. They all got like,
Ooh, oh
they
yes.
all got pina coladas, and I'm just sitting there with my strawberry daiquiri.
I love strawberry daiquiris too.
Mm-hmm.
For the Alaska cruise, I gotta ask, how far up did they take you? Did they take you to like Anchorage and you got to go to like Denali or?
So our ports were Ketchikan, Juneau, Sitka. We were supposed to go. We just were talking about this the other night. We were supposed to go to another port, and we were so excited because we had this excursion for the White Pass Railroad, and I cannot. Skagway, I think that's what it was. But there was a mudslide, so we couldn't go there, and they switched the port to Ketchikan, I think.
I mean, Ketchikan isn't bad. It's not Alaska. Like it's a rainforest,
No, but that's like what we.
it's gorgeous.
Yeah. And then we went through one of the a glacier. I don't remember which one.
Yeah, so that's where I grew up was Alaska. So.
Oh, nice. It was beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's.
But then
gorgeous
again,
up there.
isn't it like a couple months of you get sunlight, but then you get the rest of the year's dark?
Yeah, during the darkest time of the year in the town that I was in, we got about 4 hours of sunlight. So like you'd go into high school and it would be dark outside. Then you leave high school and it's dark outside because
Oh,
you missed the
jeez.
sunlight. It was while you were at school. So like it was definitely one of those things. Like it's rough. There's a reason that Alaska is in the top three states per for ice cream consumption per capita because
Oh
we're
my
all depressed and
god.
eating ice cream.
Oh
So.
my god.
All right. But it is 11 o'clock, so Beaver, if you would like to pimp your stuff out again, I do have it pinned, but go
For
ahead
people
and give
listening.
your closing statements for people listening.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to come check out my channel, usually live Wednesday, Friday, Sunday for sure, and then add in streams all kinds of random times. And we like to do challenge streams, dumb streams, videos, guides for Galaxy of Heroes. So come check it out. Rabid Beaver, SWGOH. You should be able to find me pretty easily on YouTube. Twitch, Rabid underscore Beaver underscores SW, and you'll find me and we can hang out, chill, talk, and I can tell you all of my awful dating stories. So,
Now I want to hear more of these.
oh, they are so bad. You have no idea.
Oh my god, that's
All
great.
right. And of course, for Kate and I, we do these episodes we record live every Tuesday about 9 o'clock EST. So if you would like to catch the stream live, talk to us, get some questions in, we do have our Discord pinned, and you could find us at Kate Gaming, K8 Gaming underscore. And this is Kate's channel. And of course, as I said, we're here live. Also, we do upload the reruns to my YouTube channel, Alli3Gal, Alli3Gal. And you could also find us on our Club 38 pages on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcast.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining, and we'll see you next week.